This is your daily market review for Wednesday, March 27, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is your daily market review for Wednesday, March 27th, 2024. Hopefully you're having a great day. Last 10 minutes, whatever you want to call, last little bit of the market power surge. End of month markup chasing. It's interesting you didn't see it fully in the market. You saw it in the indexes, but you didn't see it in the names that I thought would be leading. So again, a lot of mixed signals. Whatever you're doing, just for the love of God, be careful. We've hit some upside targets and things that we've talked about. We've talked about some things just chopping around, some things holding certain bases, and certain things just leave them alone. Like they're in perpetual chop mode. And so if you're in the markets, you're trying to trade aggressively one way or another, be careful. That's what the name of the game is at this point. Because again, I think we're in this choppy, sloppy mess. We're getting close to some action that I think, again, we've talked about this. Certain gaps need to fill, certain things need to play out, certain times of the year, the seasonal things, the end of the quarter, end of month. Let's just go into April and be careful. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Link to the Discord room, description below. If you need to chat, use the Calendly link. Let me know if you would like to talk about real estate, buying, selling, investing, finding an agent in your great state, city, country, wherever you're at. I can help out. I have an extensive network. Or you're looking to ask questions about how to trade, how to handle this market, what to do with the future of your investing. What are you going to do? Also, too, check out the tradingagent.com. Get your Marcus 5.5% referral. I'm telling you, somebody, beware. There is going to be a brokerage issue at some point. And also, get your recommended reading. Just 3 freaking books. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it on YouTube. Follow on Twitter. That's where we're posting all of our trades. And yeah, let's get into it. CMA watch, or the CME watch tool. We talked about there's nothing really expected in May. June is when they start cutting. If things are really so good, why are we cutting? Right? Why? Why are we cutting? Bitcoin holding up again. Let me refresh it. I feel like this is not going to refresh. It's going to go to oil. Of course, it happens every time on this video now. It's like, ugh. Thanks, TradingView. We've talked about like this kind of overhead. Oh, wow. It actually drew my lines after the fact. That's hilarious. That's not what I wanted. This is what I want right here. And so, again, not saying that we can't continue higher, but there's definitely support resistance here. Just watch it. Just watch it. End of quarter. I mean, some people might argue this is some sort of incongruent head and shoulders top. Again, I wouldn't short Bitcoin, but if I had big Bitcoin profits, I'm rolling them up, keeping it tight and being careful. Oil, so we talked about, this has got to be the biggest frustration for the feds. I mean, huge short interest and it's not going down. You're going to need some sort of down action. Natural gas, not surprised. We've talked about this, rolling over, getting sold back down with the futures. If you check out the KLD, we'll talk about all these trades. Not surprising. We talked about in time. I don't know where the exact bottom is in natural gas. I don't think there's much of a downside. And that's where you got to trade accordingly to find your risk and be careful. The dollar. Talked about this a multitude of times. Holding up pretty damn well. Coming into the 100-day near term. Good question. Good question. Who knows? I mean, just watch for volatility in the dollar. TLT, we talked about getting over the Fed day highs. Ooh, little building pressure, volume coming in the trend line. I mean, the TLT makes sense. That's a breakout. That looks good. VIX, talk about needing to fill this gap down here, 1220 area. Man, today's action really didn't give me hope and faith that it's over. VIXing, the VIX, again, holding at range lows. I just don't know if that means the SPY needs to just go sideways or does it need to pop a little more. Here you go on the SPY today. Nice kind of retesting the recent highs. QQQ again, which is interesting. Lagging. Hits the 20-day, bounces. Doesn't look that strong. IWM caught some bullets today, right? Back up near the highs. Okay. Not surprising. End of month, end of quarter. DIA, same thing. Kind of catching a little bit of bid action. Keep an eye on this stuff. Because again, if it's going to go higher, then if you're short, you gotta set your stops and be willing to give it up. Gold, as we've talked about, I'm not surprised. End of the quarter, little buying. We're stuck in this choppy range. Some people are arguing head and shoulders top. I'm just arguing again. The best time to buy gold, silver, the miners will be when the Feds pivot. We will get there at some point. Not surprised some capital's coming in on some of these pullbacks, GDX. I mean, are you surprised? No. Nice action though. Again, end of the quarter. I mean, I'm not surprised these. And this is the thing, which is been saying in many videos, like this choppy action. I'm surprised we're not back in the 32. So I'm happy for the bulls. But again, I'd prefer to buy it when the things get pummeled and when they do what they typically do. GDXJ, same thing, kind of popping here. Good for them. I mean, again, if you're long this stuff long term, again, I think if you disappear and you come back a year or two later, you're going to be happy. It's just I don't know if it's going to be a straight line move action. Like these things have been in choppy, big sloppy chop zones, and if the market does what I think it has to do at some point, credit issues to get inflation out, to get people to jump into bonds, to get the market to correct the action, then these names will get punked. And they usually do until the Feds pivot. Newmont, same kind of thing. Here you go. Chopping around. I mean, you can't not like Newmont for the long term at these lows, but I don't know. I think there's other trades out there. Let's get into the tech names. I got a lot of people saying, oh, 140 is a major buy. And I'm like, a major buy on Taiwan Semi? Now you're breaking the 20-day to end the quarter? Huh. Micron, holding up damn well. We've talked about it. Look at that. Now you got double doji, double dragon, double doji up here. Be careful. I mean, this is a big move. 80 up to 120. Yeah, 50% move in like weeks. AM Dizzle, we talked about stuck. Chudda. Chuck, just, NVIDIA should be leading, right? Market's been so excited. I'm so excited. We talked about the 20-day holding today. If you follow on Twitter, the post talked about that it could, once it broke 199.40, you had 20-day potential. Congrats. If you took that for 50 points, holler at your boy. Great trade. SMCI, we've talked about, needs to get over the 1,000, holding over it. Yesterday's action, I mean, again, I'm seeing people saying head and shoulders top. It could be a complex head and shoulders top. This one's tough. Because, I mean, again, here, this is draw out the levels. I mean, you can see somewhere in this area, you've got to, like, this is the next, like, resistance. And I hate, again, people are like, oh, why don't you use exact lines? But no, like, look at how many candles open, close, or have wicks that stop in this area. So it clearly matters. And so I'd rather have an area. Intellectual property, I mean, it looks like they're buying the dog at the close. Roof. Yeah. So just keep an eye on it. Good old intellectual property. SMH. Holding the 20-day. And again, things that you would think be leading up. Adobe, we've talked about the dead cat bounce. Meow. Hits the 8, 10-day, not looking good. Apple holding 170. Resurrection, Lazarus. Jesus raising from the grave. Apple just won't die. I'm trying to think of like the Undertaker. Like that picture of him like just laying in the casket popping up. All right, Apple holding on. Amazon riding the channel highs. Okay, got it. Watch the 20-day. Meta all over the place, right? We've talked about this 20-day. Super important. Looks like a little double topper. I don't know. CRM popped, flopped. I mean, look at that. Gave it all back. I mean, it has like, again, I'm not saying it's huge, but like 8-10 point range. You would think this thing would have held up higher. Guggenheim talked about this 153 area. It just seems to be stuck. So, I mean, now you have references if you want to short certain things, right? Microsoft, Mr. Softy, meow. There you go. Here's another one, right? Like, you would think this thing would be flying. Fly me to the moon. Not so much. NDAQ, holding up. Again, just this name, in my humble opinion, in time is the easiest short in the market, because when tech dies, ain't nobody going to be trading tech. If you traded the 2000s, you remember what it was like. MicroStrategy, the high of the day. We said 2000 was coming. Damn it, Dan. You were 1 penny off. The high of the day is $199.99. Price is right. Pretty damn good call on that one. Got to give myself credit for that one. Now, again, near term, I mean, it's holding up. It is. Netflix, 20-day. I mean, finally, people started unloading. I'm not surprised. I mean, like, who in the right mind buy the stock up here? Roblox chopping around, not much to say. Pan W down a couple points. This gets me a little excited because I want to see this area down here. I want to see this. Good old Tesla pop, flop, chopped. I mean, another day of just interesting action. Like, look at this. You got double hammers. You got the Death Star, and then you got the Dragonflies, or whatever you call it. The hammer. There's so many damn hammer names. MC Hammer Time. But you're running double hammers. It's worth watching. Airbnb. This one's been holding up pretty well for the month. Look at a little profit taking. This is what happens at the end of the month. Costco, we talked about once it gapped down on earnings, the 20-day was really important. It seemed to be stuck. Starbucks, someone wanted to buy some. That's a cool story. I mean, it's still below its channel. And this is names that are lagging, that should be leading, that are lagging, and they're just chopping. They don't really look that good. Federal Express, really begging for the 293, 294. That's the spot to short. Caterpillar caught a bid in the close for show. Retesting the highs. All right, let's see if it keeps going. Nucor holding up. I mean, got to give it credit. I mean, close at the high, like boom. XDiv today looking pretty damn strong. Again, materials I love long term. Letter X, I don't think. Again, we talked about Nippon Steel, that whole thing. It's like there's bidders down there, lower prices. VALE, why can it not catch a bid? I don't understand. Arrow, copper, like copper long term. Love copper. But near term, you got some resistance. Watch those levels. CCJs, we talked about bouncing between the 100 and the 200-day. Ding, 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 ding. Back and forth, back and forth. I mean, this has to consolidate. Goes from 24 to 52-ish, 51s. Don't be surprised. CF, CCJ, blah, blah, blah. Talked about ag names. I love them. I'm not surprised they caught a little bounce today. Again, especially the ones that were more sold off, like Mosaic and NTR. They got a little bounce. Keep an eye on them, right? Long term. Like, let these things just come in. Aaron, Alcoa, Illuminati. Oh, come on. Don't be slow. It was up $1.63 today. Closed 2 cents off the. Oh, there we go. You got some gaps up here. I wouldn't be surprised if you got a little higher. Again, holding up. New money coming into it. Okay, we'll see. XLF closed at the high of the day. So damn disappointing. But this is why we talk about tops. V-tops are so freaking rare. I was about to curse. Is this the retest? End of quarter? JP Mill. Getting close to that 200 level again. Worth a watch. Morgan Stanley's. Again, you've got resistance here in the lower to mid 90s. Bank of America. Man, new high. Gap. And see, this would make me nervous though. These novice gaps at the highs. Like, who's chasing? Like, gaps at the lows versus gaps at the highs. Got to be careful. Goldman Sachs. We talked about once it got over 395, you had clear present danger. No, I'm just kidding. You had very clear, what I would say, strength. And then it consolidated, said, all right, it had to follow through. Now you're back at the highs. Interesting close. It's just, again, worth watching. Carry, we've talked about this 50 level. Chopping. Hit this level every time. Zing, ding, ding, dong. Just keep an eye on it. XBI, this one's been kind of pounded. Not surprised it caught a little bit. Again, it's holding some levels. We talked about the mid-90s. Solar, hey, look at that. Solar catches a bid. I mean, again, congrats. We need pops to short. Sedge, give me pop. Pop, fizz, what do we leave? ENPH, I mean, right? Held the 100-day. I mean, I'd be watching this 200-day, 130s level. First solar, man, solid 14 point. Holy shit, 10%. Ding dong. Oh, isn't it? I like it up here. I'd be, man, if you can get, like, zoom out, look at this. That area matters. That would be the gift. Be careful. Just, again, if you own it, congrats. If you short it, you had to stop out. I mean, that's the point of discipline. HYG, you got to be higher than a kite to buy corporate debt. Congratulations. I wish you the best of luck. USO, we talked about oil holding up pretty damn well. Natural gas, again, I hate the UNG. I hate how it decays. I hate how it just murders with the futures. It made new lows today, didn't it? Yeah, it damn did. KLD, again, not making new highs. This is why I like the decay, shorting the decay products. Now that you're over this level, if you got stopped out, shorted out, whatever you're doing, watch. XOPs, we talked about getting tired up here in the 150s. Interesting candle today. I mean, it's just widening the range. ExxonMobil, we've talked about the 115. Look at it, closed near the high, 1015. Yeah, 115. CVE, we talked about this 20 range is probably going to be a little bit of resistance. Keep an eye on it. Zoom out. You know what I'm talking about. Valero, we talked about the gasoline names getting a little tired up here. This is not ideal. Like, when you see them start chopping up here, it can tell you a lot of things, especially after a big move. It's just either it's going to consolidate or it's about to pull back. Ten cuidado. Occidental, I mean, we talked about this one for a while. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Buffett name. Stuck between the ranges. Stuck in the middle with you. EQT. Nice rally into the close. Again, it's interesting. Natural gas getting beaten, but EQT rising. Flex LNG, last but not least. Check this out, right? This name is just consolidating. I think we'll be natural gas exporters. I love the dividend yield. It's up to 11% at this price. Let me know how I can help. Again, whatever you're doing in the markets, do not hesitate to reach out. Some of y'all go quiet when things get difficult. It makes me a little nervous. Like, what are you doing? I know it's not always easy. Trading is a sport, right? It's a probability game. You don't always win. If you're also thinking about real estate stuff, again, I'm telling you, do not hesitate to reach out. Certain markets are warm, certain are hot, and certain are cold. And it depends on what? Property taxes, HOAs, locations, all the fun stuff that makes a difference about real estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, let me know. I can help. I'll talk to you guys and gals later. Peace.